Okay, so politicians are pushing for oil, solar, and wind energy mostly, but none of them are pushing for the most effective energy source of all, nuclear. It's one of the safest energy sources, almost as safe as solar and wind. It doesn't harm the environment, and it's also the cheapest energy source. Quick note there, it isn't currently the cheapest energy source in the United States. Nuclear power plants are overregulated and it makes it extremely expensive to build the power plants. And that's all with our relatively under-researched technology. Fusion power and thorium reactors are both theoretically possible, but when politicians slow an industry down so much for private companies, why would they want to research that technology? It just won't be profitable at the end of the day for them. And then the governments barely research it themselves, just like with everything else. How about that? Most of you guys understand that nuclear is great and that we should do that though, so I'm going to explain why politicians are attempting to block nuclear. First off, most solar and wind companies are actually owned at least partially by oil companies or energy conglomerates, whatever you want to call them. Solar and wind are not good replacements for oil as they don't generate much power comparatively, they are extremely expensive, and they generate power inconsistently, which requires batteries to use them on a large scale, or you have to supplement it with oil. Batteries are absurdly expensive, so expensive that no country can afford a power system that is solely built off solar and wind, so it works right into their business model. They push for solar and wind power because it results in more total money being spent on energy, which means they earn more in total, and people support it anyways because it's good for the environment. Meanwhile, nuclear can be a complete replacement in countries that already have nuclear weapons, which, surprise surprise, are also the highest polluting countries. Nuclear power is much cheaper than oil. It's not researched enough, so it will likely become more effective. The power source is consistent, no batteries needed, and its pollutants barely matter. Quite literally, just wrap them in plastic and chuck them down a big hole, bury it, and call it a day. They don't want more effective power sources though, because that means less total money is spent on power, earning them less money. So instead, they push the power sources that are the easiest to control and the least effective that people will put up with. And that's all. Like the video and subscribe for more, or I'll nuke your forehead.